Good morning, corporate ladies. I know that you've worked all week long. It is Sunday and you are trying to get that rest in. Now, depending on what corporation you're working for, you might even be getting up this morning to go to work. But either way it goes, I'm talking to you, corporate ladies, this morning. I want to give a shout out this morning to Mr. Justin P. And then I want to give a shout out to Ellie Talks Money. These are two fascinating people that I found on Instagram. And I've kind of been watching them and listening to them and following them. And I'm not going to lie to you, this coaching thing, I just kind of like, this is crazy. And the reason why I say that is because there were so many coaches out there that said God called them, that God gave them this gift. And I saw the way that they treated people. I saw how they abused people, how they talked to people, and the tactics and the means that they used to make money. And I look at these young people and I say they're doing it different. And I appreciate that because you don't have to be abusive to get that coin. You don't have to tell people, look at me and look at you, look at what I got, look at what you don't got. Like, you don't have to use those methods and means to make money, because the truth is you never know what people are going through out there. And there are some people that are hurting and they're trying to find their way. So I want to give a shout out to those two. And I want to say thank you. Again, they're on Instagram. That's Ellie Talks Money. And also Justin P. So check them out. Pretty good. And if you're just looking for some inspiration, check into their sites on, again, Instagram. But I want to talk to you this morning about theft, because it is something that they brought up in one of their videos. And I kind of want to like lay down a little bit of insight that I have. Because we're all different. We learn different places, we learn different things, and we learn in different ways. So I do want to talk about the subject of theft when it comes to ideas. In our society, people are taught, and I want you corporate ladies to listen to me very closely. Please listen closely. We are taught that if we have ideas and we don't act on them, and we see somebody else 2 or 3 years later doing the idea, that it's because we didn't act on it. And God gave it to someone else, or they took it and they act on it. I want to expound upon that. I want to let you corporate ladies know, please, please be aware. Be aware. You could be customer service and be aspiring to open your own business. You've been working in customer service for years. You could be aspiring to own your own business. Or you can be a manager and you've been managing for years. You've dealt with people for years and you've done all types of things. And you could be aspiring to start a business or inspiring to do something different or creative. I'm really talking also to not just corporate ladies, but I'm talking to creatives and people who are gifted with ideas. And when I say gifted with ideas, you don't just like sit back and, like you're really gifted with the concept of ideas. You come up with the concepts, you come up with the ideas, you see the vision, you see the bigger picture. You're gifted in that area. And again, your titles don't matter, because at the end of the day, we're all working in corporate America anyway, so it's corporate anyway. So the title is not the thing. How much experience is not the thing. It's your gift. And I know you've heard of that before. Your gift makes room for you. But also what people don't teach you is to be careful with your gift and to protect your gift. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, especially you women and men, if you're listening. But, I talk to women in corporate America. I've been working in corporate America for years. I've done call center. I've done customer service. I've done fast food. I've done everything you could think of. All the way to working as an assistant manager in properties. So, and I've worked in the entertainment industry, writer, all that stuff. But I want you to recognize that ideas are something that you really have to be aware of. I'm going to give you an example. When people say, see, you have to recognize what we're taught in our society. We're taught in our society that God knows you. We're taught in our society that God knows everything about you. God knows what he put in you. So think about the wise investor. The wise investor doesn't go to someone and say, I know that you can't produce money for me, so I'm going to invest in you, right? The wise investor says, well, that person is either, not ready, or they just not going to bring a return to me, so I'm not going to waste my time. how much more would a God invest so much into you as a human, knowing that you're not going to act on the idea, knowing that you're not going to do nothing with it? So again, if we're taught all this stuff, then why would we say that God gave us an idea and somebody else took it, and because I didn't act on it right away, that, that was God? Like, that's absolutely insane. Or God gave it to someone else, or they did it. That's absolutely insane. That's theft. And I want you to be aware of your spirit and your energy. You have to know what season you in. You have to know the kind of spiritual world you're in. When I say you, I mean you personally. One person may be in a spiritual world where they're dealing with darkness right now, and dark people and dark jealous energies. Another person can be in a positive spiritual realm. You understand what I'm saying? Even though we all live in the same world. So what I mean is that you literally have to be aware of the season that you're in. And then you have to be aware of what you do with an idea, because no one taught me this. And I had to learn this. This is my experience and my journey and my understanding that when you a person and you're great with ideas, and you sit up and you go into your world of imagination, you're not the only one that exists in this world. So when you coming up with like 10 ideas and maybe 5 of them are great, you have to be careful. Why do you have to be careful? If you don't have the means and the resources and the money to make that thing happen, listen, those great ideas, people are looking at them. And you have to be careful with that. And you're sitting down and you're writing all this stuff and you're doing all these things. Well, honey, the world don't work the way we were taught. So you have to be careful with that stuff, because when you do it and people looking at it, no, they don't have to physically see a thing. People can see spiritually. They're going to take it and run with it. They're going to make some money on it. So what you have to do is, what I'm going to teach you today is what some people didn't teach me. And then you wonder how your things get stolen and people pivoted. When you sit down with your imagination, it's like this. You would not keep your door open all 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? To your house, right? No more than you keep your imagination open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When you go inside your imagination and you go inside yourself, you are looking for something that you can use, not only for yourself, but for others, and maybe some ways to make money. But you're going to take that one good idea and you're going to focus all of your energy on that one good idea. Why? Because if you're trying to focus on all these different ideas at once, and you're writing and you're in your imagination and you're coming up with all this stuff, people are going to take the other stuff you're not producing at that time. I'm sorry, but they are. You have to do it wisely. You have to do it smartly. I know no one teaches you this, but it's truth, y'all. There's a lot of spiritual thieves out there. It has to be wise. It has to be smart. Do you understand? So you're going to take that one idea. You're going to put all your energy into it. You're going to copyright, patent, do whatever you have to do. But when you got 4 or 5 of them and you putting all this creativity to them and all this intermittent, you can't do it all at one time unless you have the resources and the backup and the attorneys. And what are people going to do? They're going to pivot from you. They're going to steal from you. You're going to say, because you were so focused trying to get this other thing to happen, then you're going to say, man, they stole my stuff. And they do. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry that people didn't tell you the truth. The world doesn't work the way they tell you. So when people put God and ideas in the same sentence, remember this. God is not the author of confusion. God is not going to give you an idea, put all this stuff into you, cause confusion with somebody else, and give it to them and let them run with it. You have to use it wisely. You have to say, okay, this is the one idea that interests me right now. Close my doors. Let's run with it. Let's play with it. Let's get it out there. Let's, garner it. Let's write about it, fester it, come up with it, get the people, get the money, get the this, get the that. And then as you scale, then you run and go get those ideas and put water on them and grow them. If you don't do it that way and you watering them all the time and growing them, but you're not getting it off the ground, they're going to steal them point blank. Sorry. People love it, they steal, and then they'll talk about God. You guys have to be careful. So understand how people twerk this thing, okay? I hope that helps you out. Have a great day, guys. Enjoy your life. Bye.